This morning, devastation beyond belief. The number of dead in the bushfire disaster rises to 166.
I lost 2 kids, mate. And, nothing will bring them back.
Police step up the hunt for the firebugs as devastated communities search for answers.
When can we find out what's happening there, and when can we see our properties?
And calls for an investigation into whether climate change was to blame.
This is 7 Early News with Natalie Barr.
Good morning. Australians have opened their hearts to Victoria's bushfire victims as the number of people killed in the disaster continues to climb. Those who made it out alive know someone who died, and now they're beginning to search for answers.
At Whittlesea, the evacuation centre is where so many people now call home. Most have just the clothes on their back.
I'm too emotional.
And each other, sharing stories of survival.
I was sitting in the car thinking, we're gone. I had my 6-year-old little sister next to me. We're like, shit, what do we tell her? Oh, we made it.
Of sheer determination.
You've just kept fighting, trying not to black out. Because if you blacked out, you were dead.
And unimaginable loss.
I lost 2 kids, mate. And, nothing will bring them back.
Late last night, 166 people were confirmed dead, but so many are still missing.
I think the boys stayed to try and save the restaurant, and nobody's seen or heard anything of them.
All anyone can do is hope.
My grief is now for my friends. I don't know where they are. We don't know where they are.
At a community fire meeting last night, the search began for answers. Some want to know why they weren't given more warning.
The speed of this fire was astronomical, absolutely astronomical. And by the time we get information out, it's already outdated.
Most just want to move on.
When can we find out what's happening there, and when can we see our properties?
They're being locked out of the fire zones while forensic police sift through the remains for bodies and any clue to what started this tragedy.
We don't want anything to be compromised, any evidence in that particular scene to be potentially compromised by people going into the scene.
Premier John Brumby likened the firestorm to a tsunami.
All their best friends are dead, their kids are dead.
He's promised a royal commission into the disaster and the state's long-standing strategies for dealing with fire emergencies.
Whatever recommendations are needed to be put in place in the future to ensure that this disaster will never ever occur again.
Kim Avosovac, 7 News.
With so many families affected by the fires across the country, a national hotline has been set up. Anyone concerned about relatives or friends in Victoria can call the Red Cross on 1800 727 077. That number again, 1800 727 077. And more than $10 million has already been donated to the bushfire appeal. If you would like to add to that, you can do so online via the Red Cross website or by calling 1800 811 700. Experts are hoping the Royal Commission into the Victorian bushfires will look at whether climate change played a major part. Premier John Brumby says the Commission will review every aspect of the state's fire strategy. But whether experts agree Saturday's deadly firestorm was made worse by heatwave conditions and diminished rainfall.
But I don't think there's too much doubt that the severe events and the really extreme events are going to increase and indeed have already started to do so.
Details of the Royal Commission will be made public later this week. Despite cooler conditions in New South Wales, 35 fires are still burning across the state. Fires in Bega Valley, Singleton, Muswellbrook and Bulimbla remain uncontained. Major blazes at Peats Ridge and near Summersby have now been brought under control. More light rain is expected to bring some relief, but it could also hamper back-burning efforts. The Rural Fire Service says while the immediate danger has passed, residents should remain vigilant. Now for your first look at Tuesday's weather forecast, late rain for Brisbane today, cloudy and cool in Sydney with rain increasing, drizzle for Canberra. Melbourne can expect a light shower or two. Showers also forecast for Hobart today, partly cloudy and mild in Adelaide. Fine, very hot for Perth today, 36 degrees, and showers and storms in